Good evening and salutations, my G's fans. Let's talk about new Michael for a hot minute. And my question for y'all is, do y'all think that new Michael, aka Rory Gibson, got what it takes to take on this role? For me, I'm going to sit there and say yes. I'm going to sit there and say yes. Because I've seen a couple of his stuff on The Young and Restless when he practically wasted him. Let's just be very clear. For the people that watch The Young and the Restless, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But what sold for me, what sold him as Michael was this clip. Now, some people seen it and some people didn't.
Oh, it's gone? Almost taller than I am.
No, I'm not.
I really missed you, bud.
I missed you too. Are we going back to Uncle Drew's house?
Even better. We're gonna have a sleepover at Grandma Carly's tonight.
Yay!
Yeah, your sister's already there waiting for us.
Michael, wait!
Bye, Mommy!
This cannot be happening.
Following them would be a bad idea.
The thing about that scene is that it displayed a certain level of softness to him. Like one of the things that people was not concerned about was that, was he going to be a bad guy? Was he going to be like super ruthless or whatever? For me, what I want from Michael is I want to blend the two. I don't think that you necessarily always need to lose yourself or necessarily become a monster to beat a monster. But this, if how do I sit there and say this? This whole stuff that has been going on with Willow and Drew and everything like that is, if it's taught him anything, is that there's such a thing as being too nice. There's such a thing as being too nice and having people sit there and take advantage of you. And I really do think and I hope that he's going to be the guy who's going to come in and not take anybody else's shit anymore. That's what I want for his character. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already have, like, enough villains and stuff like that. But I want him to get to a point, I want him to be at a point where he's not going to be Mr. Nice Guy anymore. And I'm very hopeful that he's going to be able to pull that off. Now, let's just be very clear for a hot minute. When you sit there and think about Chad Dill, me personally, he was a decent actor. He wasn't setting pages on fire with every single line that he delivered. But what he was, well, he was Michael. He's been Michael for a very long time. He was decent enough to play the role, and he's been playing it so long that people just, they like him in the role. But it's not one of those things where it's like if they can't, like they couldn't find a better actor. And I don't really think it takes much to sit there and be Michael, if we're going to be honest. So I don't understand how that other guy, whatever his name was, the Dollar Tree one, that, what I understand, had a whole crash out because he didn't get the role. But had a whole crash out or meltdown on Twitter because he didn't get the role. But my point is, like, I don't understand how you screw up a role that bad. But somehow he managed to find a way to do it. My point is that I don't think that's going to wind up happening with him. And just a couple little fun facts. He originally um, interviewed or interviewed or whatever for Vaughn. That's who he was originally auditioning for, was Vaughn. So we could have got a completely different Michael. We could have probably had the actor that played Vaughn be Michael. Is whatever you want to think, call it. The acting gods is like, no, 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 no. We can't have that happen. Also, from what I understand, his parents, his family was actually very happy that he got the role as far as being Michael, because his family had been watching General Hospital for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that they weren't happy that he was an actor and he was on Young Restless. I'm not gonna lie. I think part of them was like, yay. I mean, kind of wish he was on General Hospital, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. You got a job and you're happy. Um, and plus, apparently, he sit there and watch it too. He said that he remembers seeing Jason on his TV. When he was Jason or whatever on General Hospital. That just shows you how long. That's when he was a kid, but that just shows you how long Jason has actually been in the role. But just to conclude this whole thing, I think that he's going to be a very good Michael. I think that he's personally going to sit there and kill it. I don't think there's really that much to Michael, so I don't think it's going to be an extremely hard job. Just as long as he reads his lines right. It seemed like he was doing that, and just his whole presence, his whole aura. Like I'm not gonna lie. Again, when he came in there, he picked up his son. He was like, "Buddy, we're going home." So it for me. But of course, that extra scene was really good. I know some people actually didn't see that. Maybe that was you had to go to like the TH website or whatever to sit there and watch it. But either way, that kind of sold it for me. Now we got to sit there and see how that plays out. But that clip that you saw, his intro and everything like that, what are your thoughts about Roy Gibson being a new Michael? I mean, listen, I don't think that we're actually going to get Chadwick back in the role. We needed a new Michael, right? And we would have happily preferred one that was good. And I think this guy actually fits the bill. So I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video.